for their future and for your own future.
We got another bomb to buy.
It's official. It's all over. It's total victory.
The large military and social spending practices of the 1960s and 70s were two key factors that led to a major economic downturn by the end of the 1970s. The 1980s saw the rise of supply-side economics.
It's morning again in America.
Reaganomics.
You're the trickle-down theory guy. I've got my reputation on it.
The controversial Laffer curve proposed that lower marginal tax rates would eventually generate higher tax revenues. The theory did have its critics.
Let me just give you a difference that I have with Governor Reagan on taxes. It is what I call a voodoo economic policy.
For decades, we have piled deficit upon deficit, mortgaging our future and our children's future for the temporary convenience of the present. Read my lips.
The debate over supply-side economics continues to this day. But what is not debatable is that the federal debt exploded in the 1980s. A fundamental shift had occurred. America was becoming addicted to debt. Never before in our history had so much debt been created during an era of relative peace and prosperity. Yes, the Cold War ended, but it came at an extremely high price, and people from across the political spectrum were becoming very alarmed.
We are now borrowing 22 cents of every dollar that we're spending. And in effect, what we're doing is we're slipping this huge hidden check for our free lunch to our children and our grandchildren. And you ain't seen nothing yet.
Isn't it times like these that reminds us of what's important? The people in our lives. The ones we love. The ones who love us. And after all, what could be more important than that? So if you're asking yourself if you can afford to put away a savings like these, how can you afford not to? Look now, save up to 55%. Call 1-800-SAVES.
Closed captioning hours provided by Vonage. For a better way to phone, call 877 for Vonage.
Why overpay the phone company?
Get Vonage and save money. Just $24.99 a month. Call 877